today's video, we are having the career of Collateral Damage Badookie and Ketchup Badookie, a D tackle and a DN, and we're gonna see which brother is the best. Now, I know, don't beat me up. The quality isn't the best on Ketchup Badookies for some reason, but I will get it together. It won't be like that anymore, but you all enjoy. We went to our first game against Central Michigan. I dipped in rip and said I'm gonna get to that QB early on in the game, and man, I was fired up. And that's how you get them boys to punt the ball early on. Boom! In the game, that's how you meet them in that backfield and say, you're mine all game. I promise you that. Beep, 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 beep. Oh man, hit him with a spin move. That was better than Aaron Donald. As I go get the sack and slime my nose out. Boom! I hit him again behind the line of scrimmage, and I'm not playing with them. On 31, I said, I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go get him. So on 2nd and 11, and I absolutely ran it and intercepted the ball. What D tackle nose guard you know intercepting that ball like that and going up and saying, oh, I'm gonna bring the goal down. But on 2nd and 18, I said, I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go get him with another sack. Oh man, I'm not here to play. I'm club over ripping and saying I'm gonna get to that QB, absolutely diving on the pow. But on 4th and 15, they punt the ball again. And on 2nd and 10, I made him fumble that ball. He lucky I didn't get on it, but my teammate Will, and man, he just couldn't go in. But on 1st and 10, I'm just absolutely creating turnovers out here. They fumble that ball, and guess who picks it up? Collateral Damage Badookie. He will go all the way for 6 and said, y'all know what time it is. But man, absolutely thinking I'm gonna have him in the backfield. My teammate got that one. And on 1st and 10, I'm absolutely getting double teamed. Maybe they think they caught on to me, but you're not gonna catch on to me because I'm gonna keep coming all night. But absolutely on 2nd and 24, I hit him with a dip and rip and said, let's get another sack. And oh man, we're going insane out there, splitting double teams and saying we're gonna go get them all night. Absolutely winning 52-0. That's what I'm talking about. He goes on to get player of the game with 6 total tackles, 7 sacks, and 2 defensive TDs. Oh, you thought that was it? He get National Defensive Player of the Week. And into our first game against Western Kentucky, Ketchup Badookie touched the field early because he is a 5-star. And absolutely going into the first play, he took the QB out. And this next play, he gets on assisted tackle, but he gets sent back to the bench. And oh man, it's 10-0. And he goes and get that QB with bad intentions. That boy is fired up. On 3rd and 14, oh man, dipped and spent on him, and he could, and he would get to that quarterback, man. He was trying to get to him. They fumbled the ball, pick it back up, and got the first down. Going into the next play, with it being 3rd and 11, oh man, I dipped and ripped inside and lost outside containment, but come outside with that sack, and oh man, Ketchup was already fired up. And look, my teammate was finna get into it with that boy, man. Boom! Oh my, he laid the bam on him, and they absolutely had to kick 3. Going into the next one on 1st and 10, this is like I scoop and dupe somebody and put them on their back. But on 1st and 10, breaking the double team, this man is unstoppable. This will be Aaron Donald Jr. We're going to win 44-13. That's Ketchup Badookie ends the game off with 10 total tackles and 3.5 sacks and get the SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Man, that's a great first game back. We're going into our next game against West Virginia, and we start that thing off with a safety. Let's go. Absolutely on 1st and 10, I hit a club over rip and got a sack and said, yes, sir. Hey, you're a great blocker, but man, you just can't stick me. But absolutely on 3rd and 10, I said, I'm gonna go get another one. I'm not here to play with these boys, making them punt that ball back. Since the offense can't get points, we're gonna go keep getting points, absolutely. But I couldn't get to him, so we got the bam sack as I hit him in that backfield. But on 3rd and 13, I'm dipping and ripping. This guard needs to be replaced, and I missed the sack. That's on me, coach. But absolutely having these boys punt the ball back again on 1st and 10, I said, I'm coming. He absolutely throws a dot, and man, they get all the way down that field. So I said, you're gonna have to pay for that. You're gonna have to pay for that. So you know what? I'm coming. Absolutely got a sack. And oh man, look at them. They tried to double team me at first. They didn't know what to do, so I still came and got him and absolutely dove on that ball. And then I'm over here showboating like I'm Dion. And I said, hey man, it's already 10 sacks on the season, and it's only the 2nd game. This is finna get incredible. But man, dipping and ripping and saying I'm gonna go get him. My teammate went to get him. But on 3rd and 7, I dipped in. Man, that's my favorite move there, man. Hey man, look, giving my teammate all the glory. Calm down. I'm absolutely forcing fumbles for my teammates out there to get some glory as they fall on that ball with another sack. But on 2nd and 9, I said I'm gonna split that double team, and we gonna go get them together, my boy. Hey, we're having fun out here. And I mean, it's absolutely 26-0. Who wouldn't have fun? But man, he's absolutely gonna be sore after this game. He needs to go get an ice bath and some ice patches on his body. But man, another sack, and I said, hey, let's run that back one more time. So on 1st and 10, I said I'm gonna split the double team, and hey, he threw the check down, y'all. He threw the check down. Can you you believe it? I mean, you're losing 29-0 and you're throwing checkdowns, but I fell on my neck, and this right here could have been a career-ending injury, but guess what? I got back up. Absolutely did so, and on 1st and 10, I said I'm gonna go get him as he throw the ball nowhere. And on 1st and 10, I said I want to continue this blowout, so I absolutely boomed him for the second and said, shh, this is our game. We go on to win 43-0, absolutely, and we get player of the game with 8 total tackles and 10 sacks. And into our next game against USF, boom, that's how you lay the boom early and absolutely not play with them, but that is what you call going up the field a little too much on a screenplay. They got me on that one, I ain't gonna lie to you. But on 1st and 10, I got another sack with my teammate. I told that boy next time, you get away, I want my full sack. But man, getting another tackle for loss. On 3rd and 20, man, I kind of went to the ground. And I'm not gonna lie, he put that hand like that and threw me like that. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to get up. I said, boy, get off of me. Wrong with you, boy. I was ready to fight. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, I bit that corner and absolutely accidentally hit the truck stick. But man, I was dipping and ripping, spin move, lost outside containment, and that is the worst thing to do in history. But man, dipping and ripping, I told that quarterback, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I'm coming, boy, and I'm gonna dive with all I got. And man, coming again, I said I'm gonna get him, and no, I let that boy get away. Man, this USF quarterback is the truth, but getting thrown on the ground, man, I gotta get a little stronger in that weight room. Being a freshman, yeah, they're gonna be a little stronger than me, but guess what? We still won 44-0. He ends the game off with 4 total tackles. And after a great game last week, seeing this thing run up to my screen like that, oh, they deserve a butt whooping. Absolutely said, I'm gonna go get a sack early on, and you're not gonna have anything. I don't know what in the world you were thinking about bringing that thing on my screen. I'm gonna show you better. Yeah, absolutely had a safety. Oh, we gonna get the safety. We did so on 2nd and 22. Absolutely meeting him in that backfield for a tackle for loss. That was awesome. But on 3rd and 26, I said I'm gonna go get him again and say, whoa, what you fighting with my teammate for, buddy? I'm the one that hit you. Don't fight with my teammate. You fight with me if you want to fight with someone. But on 3rd and 7, I said, I'm going to die for you, and I got him. He absolutely punched the ball back. It's only 2-0. You would think it's about 30-0 the way this defense is out here playing. We're not going to let anyone score on us this year. I mean, that's absolutely that's the goal. But man, on 3rd and 3, I'm absolutely getting blocked up. He's a lesser man. He shouldn't be blocking me, and I still make the tackle. But on 2nd and 13, that right there showed you that he is a lesser man as I go get another sack. And on 1st and 10, guess what? His inside is vulnerable for me to take every time because he's just giving it up. He's just giving it up. And I absolutely spin move right into the play in the backfield. That's another tackle for loss. But on 3rd and 6, they were double teaming me. I was just throwing both of them, but then I fell and tripped up and my teammates went to go get the safety. But bam! Cleaning his clock in that middle. I said, you know who I am. But on 1st and 10, they absolutely did not complete a pass. And on 1st and 10, guess what? I'm in that backfield all night. You will never complete a pass with collateral damage on that field. Absolutely, with the second man got up like the man. Hey man, we going to win 28-0. We are blowing these teams out. Absolutely. I get player of the game with 10 total tackles and 5 sacks. Man, after having a decent game last week, going into our next game against Wisconsin, man, I got to that ball with my teammate early on. And on 2nd and 21, a tackle for loss. I hit him with an inside move, man, and got kind of stuck, but I said, you weren't going anywhere. No, sir, get to that ground. Catch up, Badookie. Boom! Oh, that wasn't even a boom. That was a scoop and doom. Yeah, I seen it. We missed the boom right there, but on 3rd and 11, I will dip and rip and get to that QB again. But on 3rd and 14, they tried to run a screenplay. Boy, y'all must be drunk. But man, they absolutely tried to kick 3. Oh yeah, they made it. But guess what? I don't care. I'm going to get that QB, put my shoulder in his chest because I'm coming. But man, on 1st and 10, I'm getting blocked up. But son, get off of me. He fumbled that ball. He pick it up. And he could, man, get his first career touchdown. KETCHUP BADOOKIE, the freshman, is not here to play. But on 1st and 10, bull rushing him. Get off of me. Going to get another sack. Oh yeah, he's him. But we going to win the game 53-3. He ends the game off with 12 total tackles and 3.5 sacks. We're going into our next game against NC State. This stadium pulse was out the roof. And guess what? We're at home, baby. I should have expected that one after all the winning we've been doing. We're absolutely ranked number 2. But absolutely on 1st and 10, they had this sweet play. But I said, hey, buddy, you're not going anywhere. You just got a couple yards there. You was just doing a whole lot of running for nothing. But absolutely getting a sack with my teammate in the backfield. That's a way to start the game off. And on 2nd and 13, man, I dove and missed him. That was just sad, man. man. But as many times as I tried to stay on my feet, man, they finally threw me down. They had about 4 chances, but I just said, man, let me just go down. Let me let him have that one. But got a sack the next time. But on 2nd and 9, look, he was trying to run for me. I missed him. He absolutely got outside of me and got a couple for a gain. But absolutely on 1st and 10, I'm not going to give up. I'm relentless to that ball. I'm going to get assisted tackle with that one there. On 2nd and 2, I'm going to get him in that backfield and take him 2 more yards back. I mean, hey, man, I'm 300 pounds. You're like $150. But, man, he throws it down on the sideline. And I said, you know what? Y'all want to keep no huddling? I'm going to keep coming each and every time. On 1st and 10, I said, come on, man, get off that ball. But, man, I was getting tired. And these boys just kept no huddling. I don't know what was going on out there. Look at that, man. He absolutely is getting the first down. They're getting the best of us. And, I mean, if hurry-up defense is what you got to do, then that's what you got to do to beat us. But, man, it's not going to work. Because guess what? I'm going to still go out there and make tackles and then hold you all to 3. You did all of that no huddling just to get 3. Literally. But on 1st and 10, I said, you know what? Bam! I'm going to make you pay for that. You shouldn't have did that, buddy. You know how tired I was on that field? Man, I had a long night last night. And you going to come out here and no huddle me. Guess what? You lost. 27-9. We go on to win. He gets 12 total tackles. On to our next game against Georgia. The first 3 games from Ketchup Badookie have been amazing, but this quarterback rolls out of the pocket and get hit by my other D tackle, man. We have some D tackles. Just look at them boys. Oh, man, they are going insane. And I said, I got to go get me one. But we get an assisted sack together. I don't really like assisted, so I said, let me get my own. Dove and missed them. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys, that thunder in real life ain't no joke. It's coming. So guess what? You know, Ketchup Badookie gonna have to bring it. I don't know if y'all boys heard that, but bam! That was the thunder outside, and they said they gonna come. They heard that hit from Ketchup, and man, he could and he would go get the sack, but he didn't get it. It was assisted. Oh yeah, Ketchup is in for a good game as it's thundering out there, brothers. But he absolutely has 10 sacks on this season, and Ketchup Badookie is going insane. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of thunder. You know, that means he's just laying that boom extra hard out there. But absolutely, they will kick 3 and miss. It's 12-3. I will dip and rip and get outside in that quarterback. I said, I'm coming, because you know what? I'm relentless, and I'm going to get a sack every time with another sack from Ketchup Badookie. It's 20-3, and then I got thrown on the ground. I wasn't going to give up just yet. I said, go. No, my teammate will absolutely get the sack, but dipping and ripping and going outside and getting thrown on the ground. The quarterback steps up in that pocket, and I tried to hit him, but I missed him, man. I missed him, but absolutely getting another sack. Whoa! That thunder scared me there, brother. But man, we are not here to play. And on 3rd and 10, I get thrown to the ground again. I guess the thunder scared Ketchup Badookie. But it's 26-3, and we absolutely win the game with 9 total tackles. But as you all remember, as we first beat Stanford the first time, they came back in the round 1 of the playoffs and beat us to put us out. So guess what? Going into this next game, this was personal, as Coach Prom would say. I'm absolutely here for my revenge. Let's look at the replay as I clubbed over, ripped, and got the sack on the QB early on. On 3rd and 12, I said, hey, man, you got lucky right there. He's lucky I didn't have the right angle on him because I was taking him out. Oh, my. Absolutely scooped and duped him and absolutely put him in that dirt. But on 3rd and 11, I was absolutely getting double teamed, and my teammates said they're going to go get the sack, and we're just going to make these kids punt every time. I promise you, we're going to blow them out. We're going to blow them out. I want revenge. And on 3rd and 10, guess what? You shouldn't run back in the pocket, son. That's what they teach you. Step up in that pocket and go. Yeah, if you don't got it, you don't got it. But on 1st and 10, bam, that's how you lay it in that backfield. Put your shoulder in your chest and make them say, yeah, that's what you want to hear. But on 3rd and 14, oh yeah, made them fumble that ball, but they get back on it. And man, I'm feeling like a champion out here. I said, what was that? What was that? We're at your all house. Now you beat us last year in the round 1. We're at your house and you all aren't doing anything. But on 2nd and 12, oh man, I'm coming. You better throw that ball. So he throws it and they get a little completion, whatever. But on 2nd and 10, I said that next play, my teammate's going to have you. And I just absolutely threw you to the ground. But man, I'm coming to get him and absolutely threw him down. And man, that's what you want. The QB's out of the game. He's already tired. He's tired of getting hit. That number 93 is a problem. And he's on you all night. I will be, you know what I'm saying? I'll be tired too. But on 3rd and 11, look at him. He's like, oh man, he's coming again. This time we made him fumble. He's lucky I didn't get on that ball. But on 1st and 10, bam, me and that running back in the backfield. I said, hey man, I know it hurts. I know it hurts to lose. But guess what, buddy? You got to deal with it, man. You took us out. We were supposed to be national champions after we beat you all. But man, after it being a holding call, I still got the sack. We go on and win the ball game. Put them boys out. Got player of the game with 8 total tackles and 7 sacks. Going into our next game against Vanderbilt, Ketchup Badookie has to hit the weight room with another sack. Oh man, he is not playing. He was bull rushing him, and he's looking good out there, forcing fumbles, but sometimes he just give up and get thrown to the ground, and that's just unacceptable. But on 2nd and 7, man, meeting him in that backfield, that is great. Bull rushing him. Oh man, he looks like Donald out there, man, but he's absolutely club over ripping, breaking double teams and trying to get at his QB, but man, he was kind of fast. But man, not a so great game. We going to win 29-0. But man, I don't think we're going to be stopped. Going into our next game against Georgia Tech, I'm not going to lie, they start off with a great pass early on. I like that. Absolutely liked it for them. But guess what? I stopped them the next play, and then on 2nd and 11, they threw a tunnel screen. Not going to lie. That was kind of beautiful. I give it to them there. They got some nice plays in their bag, but man, I was going to pick that ball off and take it back for 6. I could tell you that much. But on 3rd and 10, I wasn't going to give up. I stayed relentless and got the tackle. Hey man, that's what happens. Some people just give up on plays because they're lazy, but guess what? If you're a part of this Badookie family, you will never be lazy. And on 3rd and 8, oh man, I could have had that sack, but man, I just tried to fall on top of them. But on 3rd and 20, I was coming, yes sir, with my teammate, and we absolutely took him down. And on 2nd and 6, I tried to hit a spin move. It was rejected, but guess what? Still got the sack on the QB, because what is he rolling out of the pocket for like he's a running QB? Son, you suck. But on 1st and 10, absolutely throwing him out of my way and trying to get the QB, my teammate got to him before me. I'm not having a so good game, but I'm absolutely out there still making plays. And on 3rd and 12, I mean, hey man, every game's not going to be the way you want it to be, but guess what? If we're winning that ball game, it doesn't matter as I go get a sack. And on 1st and 10, I want to meet him in that backfield, and I will throw him to the ground, even though I should have put him backwards because I gave him a little forward progress, but it's all right. They get the first down a little bit. Bam! Oh man, I came out of nowhere. But on 1st and 10, I said I want a sack, made him fumble that ball, and my teammate jumped on that ball. We going to win 30-0. Yep. Get us the donuts. Absolutely in the game off 11 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. Into our next game against South Carolina. Bam! That's how you lower your shoulder into someone's chest. Spin moving on that D-line, and man, get your beep over here. I'm trying to go get that QB. Spin moving again. I said I'm going to go get him this time with bad intentions, and looked that boy in his face and said, what you going to do about it? Because when I put these balls to your chest, it's nothing you can do about it. But letting them get a pass down the field, they faked the field goal on us and absolutely went to get the first down. We're getting cussed out, and practice coach is going to run us. And you know what? I'm trying to get to this QB, but it's just running from me. It's just bam, too much going on. Laying the beam in that backfield, absolutely clubbing over, ripping, and getting another sack. But we will go on to win another ball game, 27-7. We were not pleased with that. He ends the game off with 8 total tackles. Into our next game against Tennessee, man, they had a read option, and I said I wanted the QB. We're going to put you out of the game. I heard you were a top player, and we're going to take you out. Absolutely dipping and ripping, getting outside containment, making him fumble that ball. Man, Ketchup Badookie is a problem. Straight up factor on that D-line. But man, the ball went all the way to the end zone. I thought I was going to pick it up, but my teammate got the 6. Man, that was on me, y'all. I should have picked that ball up, but look at that speed as he hit that dip and rip, bull rushing him into the QB. Man, that was a beautiful sack. Got up and pushed that bull. What's up? What's up? What you trying to do, boy? But on 3rd and 5, dipping and ripping again, I said we are having a day on that QB. Bamming him, absolutely skipping and duping him to the ground. On 3rd and 21, man, we are rallying to that ball. Win the game 34-0. He ends the game off with 9 total tackles and 3 sacks. Being ranked the #1 seed, we're going to have teams absolutely come out here and treat us like we are their Super Bowl. But absolutely making a big play early on. I wasn't here to play. And on 3rd and 6, I got this my second time getting thrown to the ground. Hey, man, I done told Collateral Damage Badookie about this, man. You can't be getting thrown to the ground if you're a Badookie. I mean, it's just unacceptable, my man. But absolutely, they get a pretty big gain, man. And that's unacceptable too. But on 2nd and 8, I said, man, I could have had the sack, but I tripped over my feet. Man, I could have had him. But bam, I go get him that next time and got up and said, ha, 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 I got him. But on 2nd and 17, I tried to hit a spin move on him, but man, he was just running. This dude right here was the next Lamar Jackson. I mean, hey, man, this dude is fast. But seeing that pulled, I just absolutely burst straight to that backfield. But hitting a spin move with it working that time, I got a sack and played the guitar on these kids, and they absolutely punted back. It's It's only 10-0. I'm getting double teamed, but guess what? I'm still a part of that play. But guess what? The next play, I'm going to go get him and make a hurry. And with him throwing that ball away. But on 3rd and 8, I said, guess what, man? Stop tackling him before I get to him. I'm trying to get some of that too. But on 1st and 10, I got him myself this time, making him fumble that ball, and my teammate picking that ball up. Well, he been that corner, and he could, and he would go for a 6. But absolutely on 3rd and 2, I said, no, sir, you're not throwing that ball anywhere. You're mine. But on 1st and 10, I dipped and ripped and came. He didn't even see me. I hit him, and he absolutely had my teammates there waiting for him, hitting him as well. But man, making him fumble that ball, I said, dang, I could have got on that as well. But on 2nd and 5, I hit him with a club over rip and said, where are you going? Nowhere. As I absolutely made him fumble again, my teammate picking that ball up. We going to win another game, 37-0, and he ends the game off with 11 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. Man, after having a ball-out game last week, this game right here is going to be a blowout against Missouri, but I was dipping and ripping, and they scored early on. It might not be in our favor this game, but on 1st and 10, when I say y'all, we never saw a running back this fast yet as we were playing this whole season. This man took off, absolutely hit that outside, and there were no catching him, but come on, Ketchup. He had the clean shot on him and missed him, man. Dang. But on 7 to bam, yeah, we here now. But they absolutely kicked 3 from that far, and they made it. Oh, man, bam. I'm laying it in the backfield. I'm trying to get a momentum shifted here. Spin moving, and the QB, man, he threw a dot. They will go all the way for 6, man. I'm kind of in my... I'm scared. Bam! Well, I mean, as Ketchup Badookie is getting it done out here, his teammates are not, as they throw another TD. And man, we going to lose our first game, 27-23. It was destined for us to lose 1. But man, he ends this game off with 3 total tackles and no sacks. Not a good game. Going into our next game against Florida State, it always starts on 3rd down. Because guess what? We gonna go get off that field early on and make them boys put that ball back. But on 1st and 10, give me them in that backfield. I get a safety to start this game off. Oh man, on 3rd and 13, that's how you stay relentless on the dip and rip. If it don't work the first time, you keep trying. But on 3rd and 5, they throw a screenplay, and I mean, that's so weak. Next time, I'm going to intercept it and take it for 6. I promise you that one. But absolutely, laying on him and telling him that, hey, I should have did you worse. But he was scared of me when he see me over top of him like that. He said, hey, man, I'm sorry. And then, man, shut up. Absolutely said, I'm angry, and I'm going to come every... Sorry, y'all. He made me so mad, man. The way that he looked at me and said sorry. I mean, do you know who Collateral Damage Badookie is, man? You must not know. But absolutely, on 1st and 10, I'm absolutely still out there dipping and ripping, throwing people on that ground. It's now 39-0. I'm going to be getting subbed out of this game in a second. But on 1st and 10, I'm still dipping and ripping, getting another sack. And man, I'm just winding him up. Absolutely on 3rd, I don't even know what play that was, but I laid the beam on them. But on 3rd and 8, man, they're absolutely just rolling out of that pocket, doing nothing. I get put on the bench. It's 42-6, and not what you call a blowout. We blow them out 42-6. I get player of the game with 9 total tackles and 5 sacks. To our next game against LSU. Bam! Yes, sir! That's a beautiful hit right there. Had them boys kicking 3 early. They made it, but that was almost from the logo. That was impressive. They scored another touchdown. Rock the baby to sleep, and man, I'm over here spin moving, trying to get to that ball, and I'm just not making it happen. They kicked 3 again, but this time, no, sir, you are just short, little LSU. No good. But on 1st and 10, I was trying to get to the QB, and every time I got to him, that quarterback was, letting that ball out. Watch this. Psych, I got him. You're sacked, buddy. You're mine all night. Now it's over with. But man, getting thrown on the ground, they tried to disrespect me right there. That number 66 tried to lay on me as I made a tackle in that backfield, and I didn't really respect that. But they were going to scoring again, and man, we're in overtime. They kicked 3. It's 34-34. I'm in the dip and rip, and they will score again. And man, it's looking like last week. We're going to lose another game. We lost by 2. Going into our next game against the University of North Carolina. You know how I feel about North Carolina. This was one of my dream schools as well, but it just didn't play in the role of what I wanted to do because I didn't like the coaches. But on 2nd and 5, guess what? I said I want him, and I didn't get him. But my teammates will get him. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely had a sweep play, and I was a part of that play there. And on 2nd and 10, I hit a dip and rip. This running back just sitting there, not blocking anyways. My teammate hit him. I threw him. I said, what you trying to do about it, boy? I'm ready to scrap out something. What you trying to do? But on 3rd and 15, I went went to go be a part of that sack, and oh man, I'm gonna read that screen like a book. I told them boys to stop running screens on Collateral Damage Badookie, as he will take it all the way for a 6 and say it's in my blood. He couldn't even point at his arm because he's a little big, but hey man, he pointed at his thigh. You knew what he meant. But on 3rd and 15, he will absolutely get a sack. He was going ballistic this game. Made them punt the ball back. Sorry. Oh man, did you see that spin move there? That was incredible. He said, let's go. But on 2nd and 17, he hit a dip and rip. I told you that inside is vulnerable. They always jump step to the wrong gap, and I'm just taking over every time. That's on me right there. I took the inside, and they ran it right through my gap. My gap is to maintain that B gap. Boom. Oh man, I thought I was supposed to boom him in that backfield to lead it to 4th down, but he absolutely broke my tackle and got a 1st down. But on 2nd and 10, my teammate absolutely cleaned his clock. But on 3rd and 4, I spin, and that is why you don't spin in a run game. My coach should have put me on the bench for that. You never spin in the run game. But I hit him. He absolutely caught the ball, and my teammate was right there to clean him up. But on 1st and 10, I spinned again, and man, I'm having a field day on this guard. Just look at him. Oh man, I almost hit him with a push-pull and put him on the ground. But on 2nd and 8 too, yeah, they didn't get nothing. But on 3rd and 8, I'm bull rushing him till I said, get on that ground. Boy, coach took me out of the game and said, stop doing them like that. But I'm not gonna lie. Coach took me out of the game, and they started to come back. I should have came back in the game. We almost lost that one. It was 24-21. Hey, man, that was a close one, coach. I get player of the game with 6 total tackles and 6 sacks and 1 defensive TD. Went into our next game against FCS Southeast. I took the quarterback. Every time on this read option, I'm taking the QB, and the others get the running back, but I missed him on that play. But on 3rd and 6, I got to that quarterback and hit him as he got the pass off. They're playing pretty better than I thought they would. They kicked 3, and yes, they will make it. Yes, sir. FCS is about time that you all do something, but I get a sack with my teammate, and man, on 1st and 10, I said, I'm coming again. Bam! Zip zap. I zipped him up like a bag. Running a stunt with my D-Lineman, we got to him together. That was an assisted sack. That's beautiful teamwork right there, but bam, and him while I was getting blocked up, that was impressive. But man, they will go down and score on us. Imagine letting an FCS team score on you. That is pretty embarrassing, but we go get a sack, and man, I clubbed over Rip and met him in that backfield. You know how bad I wanted to say boom, but I just missed it. So bam, I hit him again. No, I took him low. That wasn't a boom. No. I take that back. And just look at that impressive catch that he made. But guess what? It's a little too bad as I get another sack on the QB. We go on and blow you all out. 55-17. He ends the game off with 11 total tackles. Man, after winning game after game after game, we are going into our next game, and we are absolutely going to come out here intense. And I don't know if you all seen it on our face, but we are absolutely fired up to knock Miami off. But going into the first play on 1st and 10, I absolutely dipped and ripped from that nose guard position, missed him, and man, he threw a dot across that sideline, and my teammate hit him out. But on 1st and 10, I got him in that backfield, and I said that time I got him. You're not going to get away from me, buddy. But on 2nd and 11, my teammate got him, and I just threw him to the ground because you're not just on my level. I'm sorry to tell you that. But on 3rd and 20, I was dipping and ripping, and he absolutely took that ball and slid. But they will go ahead and punt that ball back. And on 1st and 10, man, I could go get him outside, but I didn't get him. He broke like 3 tackles to get outside and get nowhere. But on 3rd and 13, I absolutely got around that corner and got a sack, and boy, I about punched him. If he would have got up, he would have went to sleep, because I'm telling you, that little hook would have connected. But on 3rd and 6, I was getting double teamed up, and this running back was absolutely trying to run the ball, but you wasn't getting anywhere on me, buddy. But on 4th, look at that, man. They kicked 3. Any team this year, man, you're not just driving down the field and just scoring on us, because guess what? Collateral Damage Badookie is part of that defense. As we go on and get another sack, and man, he's feeling like Ray Lewis out there, and on 3rd and 19, he's splitting double teams, going to get sacks. I mean, when a player can split double teams, go get sacks, and I mean, just imagine what he'd do on a one-on-one. He's unstoppable, in my opinion. But on 3rd and 14, he was getting clamped up, but guess what? I'm just going to wait for the QB to scramble out. He got no one to throw it to, so guess what? That counts as a sack in my favor. But on 2nd and 7, bam, that's a big hit right there in that backfield. And on 3rd and 10, about reading it, oh man, he about had an interception, did a whole 360 and almost had it, but he didn't have it. But absolutely was clubbing over ripping, and this QB was just running that ball. But on 1st and 10, I came in that inside and said, guess what? I'm going to knock you to the ground. But on 1st and 10, I got thrown to the ground. I mean, hey, man, after a while, I know you got to get tired of getting sacked so much, but guess what? Oh man, my teammate got down. I thought I got on the ball, but he ends the game off with 10 total tackles, 8 tackles were lost, and 4.5 sacks. Going into our next game against Oklahoma, that was a big hit in the backfield to start the game off and to take the momentum, and man, that just absolutely took it back off. Bam, absolutely brought the momentum back. sack, but they keep going down and scoring on us. They kick 3, and they're just getting the momentum on that side. They're playing at home, buddy, but they get a first down and a little bit more. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try to beat them with speed and club over rip, but it doesn't matter. Somehow, some way he got through for a touchdown. Club over rip. I'm going to get to you this time. I'm going to make sure to sack you. And yeah, man, I wasn't really impressed with my plan, but man, I told you you're not going anywhere and you're going to get over here because my hands are like Gorilla Glue and you're not going anywhere, but you all go score again. Sorry about that, fellas. I got a little too excited, but we kneel the ball and go on and win the game by 3 points. And man, I end the game off with 6 total tackles. Going into our next game against ranked number 12 Notre Dame. I'm not going to lie. They're a ranked team and they're coming here to give us our first L, and that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. We won 10 straight. We're going undefeated this whole season. Going to get boom. Oh man, I missed him in that backfield. I should have cleaned his clock, but we made him absolutely punt the ball. And man, I was coming to that quarterback, but every time I get to him, it's like he throw that ball. He's kind of scared of me, man. I'm getting double team up. The running back's toting that rock, but he's not getting any first downs. On 2nd and 9, I could and I would go get that sack, but absolutely on 2nd and 9, I overran the play, dove and still missed him, but my teammates will get him, man. I'm just not having a so good game this game, but still throwing him to that ground with bad intentions. But on 3rd and 13, we'll go get a assisted sack. I mean, hey, man, that's what this kind of game was going to be, but I mean, I'm getting sent to the thirds, but they throw me right into the run. I mean, that's why you always follow the O-lineman. Even when they pull, you get right in that hip pocket and go make that play in the backfield. But on 2nd and 21, this is what you call splitting the double team and going to be a part of the play with your teammates to have some fun. I mean, you can't have no fun if it's only you. You go, you know what I'm saying? Go be a part of it. But we're going to win 22-0. He ends the game off for 9 total tackles and 3 sacks. On to our next game, man. Clubbed over rip. Bam! I'm absolutely taking my anger out on you this game. You ran me over. You got your get back. I give it to you, but guess what? I meet you in that backfield again and laid you out, son. You need to wake up. You look like Nate Robinson. Bam! When he got knocked out. But on 1st and 10, man, they ran it outside and they were going for 6, man. They were moving fast. Bam! I'm all over that field. It's 17-7 interception. Oh, man. KETCHUP Badookie intercepts the ball. The D-Lineman freshman. Oh, man, he's going insane. Spin move, and man, y'all go down and score again. Auburn absolutely tried to beat us, but we win 38-17, and we are headed to the SEC championship. Going into our next game against Boston College. We're in the snow, and I absolutely ran the wrong player, and that was on me, man. That should have been a tackle for loss. And in the snow, man, it's kind of slippery out here, so I mean, whoever falls, and if it's not going to be collateral damage Badookie, because I'm never getting pancaked, but just look how hawk him down. I mean, just imagine you having a nose guard, and he's running all the way down that field to make a play. That's what you call athleticism, and a player that just loves football, but they are kicking it from the logo. Are they out of their mind kicking it from the logo in the snow? I mean, what are they thinking? But absolutely, they're just driving down the field on us. It's 2nd and 10. I'm absolutely not in my gap, and he's absolutely getting down that field. But on 2nd and 4, I'm not going to lie, the center put hands to me. And when I say it hurt, it hurt. That's why you see my player didn't move anywhere. But on 2nd and 10, I absolutely just gave up on the play. They went down and scored. But on 2nd and 8, I'm just getting blocked up by the center. But my teammate saves me by getting an interception. I mean, hey, man, that was beautiful. But on 3rd and 8, I mean, I'm telling you, man, he was strapping me down all game. I didn't know what to do, but they kicked it from the logo again. And guess what, man? How did he make that? They made it. But on 1st and goal, look at that. They're double teaming me, but I said I had enough. I went to go get the sack on the QB. I mean, that might be my only stat, but hey, man, they're double teaming me, and I'm just not having a great game. They go in and score, but guess what? We didn't lose. We going to win 24-17, and guess what? We are going to the ACC championship against Clemson. Man, as a freshman, this is impressive to go to the SEC championship, but with Alabama, this is normal for you all. So, man, he's just living in the moment, and KETCHUP Badookie said he wants to be like his brothers and absolutely go win everything. But, man, sometimes it don't work like that. But I don't go, whoa, talk straight, my brother. Let me lock back in, y'all boys. But man, on 1st and 10, they will get down the field with a pretty big gain. On 1st and 10, I said, I gotta go. Drop back in coverage. Bam! Oh man, he missed him just by this much. But getting blocked up on 2nd and 5, they hit that outside. And I don't think the Florida Gators are here to play with us. But guess what? We're up 29-7, and I'm just not making any plays. I think that's the problem, actually. I'm just not making no plays, and they just absolutely going down the field and turning up on us. But man, we going to win the game 29-9. 11-19, and they're looking sad. I can imagine looking like that. Going into the ACC Conference Championship, that is the main focus of this video, is to win this ACC Conference Championship and to win the National Championship. So we got to do that, man. But on second and 8, it started off intense with a little tackle. Well, not a tackle for loss. They got like 3 yards. Whatever, you're putting the ball back to us now, as you can see. But on 1st and 10, I broke through the bando, and I mean, this running back hit that outside, and I'm not gonna lie, my teammate knocked the wind out of him, but I mean, he was gone. But absolutely going to get a sack with my teammate. I say, hey, man, all right. Whew. But like I was saying, our intensity is outside of the roof, so let's keep that up at a high level. But absolutely, they were just running that ball down our throats. Absolutely, on 1st and goal, he runs it in for 6 and said this was his house for some reason. We are at the crib. This is our house. We got to protect our house. And on 2nd and 11, man, I'm at nose guard, absolutely bull rushing him. But I mean, have you ever seen a running back running that fast? I mean, he took off. Absolutely did so. And on 1st and 10, I said, you know what? This time I'm going to go get him myself since you linebackers can't catch him. But on 1st and 10, man, he absolutely just took the top off, and they will go down and score again. And on 1st and 10, I said, I can't lose. I don't want to lose. We lost in the first round last year, and this time, this is the ACC Conference Championship. They're going to score again, beat us 42-17, and we will lose once again in the game. ACC Championship. We didn't even make it to the playoffs this year, man. We're going to lose this game, and man, Collateral Damage Badookie, sophomore season stats. He absolutely had a great season, but man, he just don't know what to do. It's either going to transfer or he's going to come back to Pitt because he really think he can do it, but we just don't think these ACC teams are on our level, so I think we are just going to move to the SEC. Come back to find out. Getting closer and closer to that national championship, something that you always dream of. We were going into the All-State Bowl game against Oregon, and it was time to blow them out of the water. But man, on 1st and 10, I shedded that block, and this QB and them had a read option, and man, they got a first down and a little bit more. They might have the best team in EA college football, so it's time to shut these boys down. Ketchup said he didn't care about any of that. So guess what? I missed the tackle in the backfield and was not playing fundamental football. On 3rd and 9, man, I about got thrown on my back, but they were just driving down that field, but trying to meet him in the backfield, I was just missing them, making freshman mistakes. This was something that I could not be doing. But man, the running back went for 6. I'm getting thrown to the ground, embarrassing myself out here. We're deflecting the ball at least. It's 21-14. I said, I gotta go get him at least one time if I'm gonna play like this. I said, come on with it then. Oh man, getting him again, and he absolutely got the ball off, but man, I got thrown on the ground, absolutely back to the grass. But man, on 1st and goal, they will absolutely score again, and they were starting to take over, kneeling the ball and beating us, sending us home 28-20. Oregon will be the bowl champ, and they will be heading to the next round of the playoffs. But guess what? Best defensive award goes to Ketchup Badookie. The Lombardi award goes to Ketchup Badookie. But I'm not even gonna hate. My teammate had a better season than me, and he went to win Heisman, so congrats to you. I wasn't robbed from it, but this is my season stats right here, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Ketchup Badookie doesn't fit in on this team, so I'm gonna take it into my own hands. Ketchup Badookie will be entering the transfer portal and want to make a name for itself, not just because Alabama already has a name and we just have a heck of a defense. I just want Ketchup to be by itself and absolutely taking over. Man, with Collateral Damage having 2 more years of eligibility and has his junior and senior year, and Ketchup Badookie is absolutely done, but you all just got to go back and watch those videos. But absolutely drop in the comments and tell me below who is better.